we are a regional show that is kind of, shot out to the world internationally. Mm-hmm. And we're at a 30,000-foot view of basically everything. We wanted to get into the weeds and learn more so we could be more intelligent and more insightful to the people that watch and listen. So we created a segment called Feel the Beat where we'd be able to dabble with the beat writers of the towns and talk to them about what's going on, boots on the ground. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do it again, but it's not with beat writers. No. It's with general managers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's feel the beat. I was really feeling the beat. You guys were as well.
Uh-huh.
Let's go deep into the weeds, ladies and gentlemen. General manager of the Indianapolis Colts with some fresh new long hair, Chris Ballard.
Yeah, Chris.
How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm good. How are y'all?
Hey, great. Let's talk about the hair. When did that start? And yeah, we gotta have to. Yep, smart. Yep, there you go.
Better?
Yeah, because you look like Siciliano there, actually, from NFL Network for a second. How long have we been growing out the hair? That was almost the show stealer of the entire draft weekend, Chris.
Last summer, we vacation up in northern Wisconsin every summer, and good family friend of mine, and I went to college with. His family meets us, and his son, Jack, who is great, he had this beautiful hair. And I said, damn, your hair looks good. And he looked at me and said, why don't you grow yours out? I said, all right. So that's what we'll do. We'll do it for a year. And so it's been since last July. And, of course, he works football. He's still in college, but he works on a team. And I look up about week 3 of the season. I see him on the sideline. And he's got a shaved head.
Oh, wait.
I go, hold on here, man. So I got this thing going, and you've backed out on me.
Yeah.
So, but I let it keep rolling. My kids are begging me to cut it. But now it's a point of pride. Now we're just going to let it roll.
I love that. How's the wife feel?
AJ, I'm coming to get you, AJ.
Yeah, he's
Yours is way better. You look way better than mine ever did, man. You look good.
Man,
Obviously,
yours
super
looks
jacked.
good, man.
So are you going here if we can? We're taking this
your
son
lats
of a
look
bitch.
good. Shoulders.
Yeah, you are jockeying.
If I go
You're
that,
jacked.
I don't know if I can go that far, but we'll see.
Okay, so the hair's going.
Yeah, love it.
All right, break. Put it on the ticker. Chris
Hey,
Ballard.
don't cut it until you win the Super Bowl.
Boom.
How about
Okay, we'll do it.
Put it on the ticker.
All right.
AJ, good brain
It's
over
like
there.
10 months away.
Okay, let's talk about having a great brain. You re-sign a lot of your own. Congrats. That sends a message to the entire league and to everybody what type of culture you want to build. Going into the draft, you end up with, in your words, the best rusher in the draft with Leatu Latu. Did you see the draft going that way? And did you think you were going to have a chance to get him in that first round?
We didn't know if he would get to us. I mean, I thought there was a couple spots in the top 10 that he could go. But that run on quarterbacks, I mean, when you get lucky enough to get 6 quarterbacks come off in front of you, we knew we were going to have a chance to be looking at a pretty good player and one of the best defensive players. I thought there was a couple defensive players that warranted top 10 picks that ended up falling in the teens.
Okay, so when you get Leatu Latu and we beef up that particular side of the ball yet again with another pick, was it always going to be defense or was it whoever?
No, we were going to take what we thought was going to be the best player to help either side of the ball. And whether that was a wideout, whether that was a tight end, whether that was a rusher, or whether that was a corner, we wanted to make sure we dialed in, got the best player, and just fortunate enough. Look, rushers are hard to come by. Guys that have double-digit sack potential are really difficult to come by. So when he fell to us, we felt very fortunate.
Okay, so you pick up A.D. Mitchell, obviously, next, and we get a wide receiver. You thought we needed more weapons because I was out here obviously screaming, hey, let's Stephon Diggs ends up with the Texans. Why can't he end up at the Colts? Don't we think we need to add a little help for Dahn and Pittman and for AR whenever he comes back? You do that in the draft. You saw this as a deep wide receiver class, could get one if you needed one and planned on it, yeah?
Yeah, we felt it was an excellent class, and we had a good feeling that somebody would fall. We didn't. I mean, you never know. Like people say they know, you don't freaking know. I mean, we're all trying to figure it out as we go along. And so being able to get AD and with his talent level to add to the mix was that was a little bit of luck. I wish I could sit here and tell you it was skill, but you got to get a little lucky.
Yeah, well, I'm pumped to watch him. I can't wait to see him. AR, JT,
Josh Dahn,
Pittman Jr. Come on. Go ahead, AJ.
No, and Gould, look, and we took another kid I really like, Anthony Gould, that I think is another explosive option for us, plus especially in the return game. And his speed is real now, and we think adding that element, to the return game and some things he can do on offense is going to help too.
Hey, new kickoff. You get a guy with some gas, you can really take advantage of it, is what everybody's thinking. You drafted for that?
It was interesting. Y'all, by the way, your draft show was freaking excellent. It was excellent. It was excellent with Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
And listening to him talk about it, and then when it almost turns into punt. It's almost like a punt return. So it's a little different than it was before, where you had all this space. There's not going to be as much. It's more like a punt where there's not going to be as much space. So you need a couple guys that can make you miss, then have the speed to finish it. So, and we think he has that talent.
Okay, go ahead, AJ.
Chris, have you been able to identify why there's so many offensive players taken in the top of the first round this year compared to other years? Maybe we were talking yesterday on the show, and we don't really know, is this just how it goes? Is it cyclical? Is there a reason or some reason you point 5 years ago why this might be?
Well, look, the league is score points. Without question. The rules are they're slanted that way where, they want you to score more points. So I think that has a little bit something to do with it. I think the quarterback position and the value of the quarterback position, allowed 6 guys to go, in that first 15 picks of the draft, first 12 picks of the draft really is unique. And I don't think every year you'll see it like that. To get 6, that's just a unique year.
D-Bot's got a question for you, Chris.
Yeah, obviously the draft just wrapped up, and not going to tip your hand too much, but with the available free agents out there, I know you spoke a little bit, maybe a corner, safety, but the available free agents out there, how active can we expect you guys to be, or is there a number you already kind of have on guys? Is the guys out there just waiting for teams to meet those numbers? How does that work for you guys?
Well, right now we're always gauging that market, and we'll be pretty patient here. I want to see how these guys respond. And I know we've got our secondary's got a lot of criticism because they're young, but we do think they're very talented, especially with Juju coming off and hopefully get a healthy year out of here. I think Jones I thought he played really well for a rookie, about as well as you can expect any rookie to play. Getting Kenny Moore back, getting Flowers back in the mix. That's a position we feel good about. And then being able to sign Blackman back at the safety position, and then getting Scott back, who got hurt last year during the last mini camp towards ACL, who we drafted in the 5th last year, that we think really has big upside. We're excited for. But look, we've got our eyes on the market. Sure, like everybody else does. And between now and the start of the season and the end of the season, we'll make sure we got enough that we can win games with.
Yeah, last year at training camp, you said, corner's young, but we're going to learn quickly. We're going to learn quickly. And you had a lot of trust in him. And, hey, we're so close to the playoffs last year.
Yep.
So many injuries, brand new head coach. Obviously, training camp situation with Jonathan Taylor ends up getting settled. But it was like last year had so much adversity and so much shit, still almost made the playoffs and won the AFC South. I assume hopes are, let's go, right?
Yeah. No, look, and I give the stat, you find out when I'm not going to cuss anymore on TV.
Don't be a loser. Let him be. Is that Conti telling you what to do? Hey, Conti, shut up, Conti. You're like, this guy's allowed to talk however the hell he wants.
Connie's shark tattoo, you have no idea the gift. That was the gift that keeps on giving.
Okay, good.
It just keeps on giving.
Oh, he's the best. Conti is the best. And you're allowed to swear however you want. It means you're telling the truth, I think, personally.
Well, hey, look, as listening to the Draft Day show, I go, man, that is awesome. They're just being real on the Draft Day show. That thing was great.
Okay, thank you. Matt Mel certainly had some moments. Out there.
No, but when it comes the staff, to watch Shane and them work, like you don't know. I mean, the turnover with head coaches in this league is crazy. So you don't know, and to watch them react under extreme circumstances when it gets hard and still be able to find a way. That's exciting because Shane and the staff never once flinched. Shane, whoever, I mean, he always tells, look, Chris, we'll make work whoever we got. And that's a fun thing as a general manager because whatever a guy can do, he's going to find a way to make him work.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. I mean, just as a season ticket holder, now going to be in there. Thank you, Pete Ward. Thank you, Pete Ward. And you, I assume you're a part of that entire. Yep, there it is. Yep. Okay, I appreciate you doing that. The style of football this past season versus 2 years ago is like, it was impossible to watch. Now everything's exciting. We're in it. We love Shane Steichen around here, and I think for good reason. He was at the Pacers game the other night. They put him on camera. He goes, let's go. Even does like a little bit of a human motivation. I love him. I can't wait to see what your team does. I also appreciate you sticking up for a lot of people. Connor's got the last question for you.
Yeah, Chris, obviously with the draft always comes teams bashing players, sometimes because, they want that guy, sometimes just because they're starting a narrative. And you came out and talked about, what was going on with A.D. Mitchell, and he dropped, obviously. But how do you balance that as a GM, hearing those rumors and then also kind of taking into account who, the person is that you interviewed? And then just out of curiosity, were you really mad because you were the one spreading rumors about A.D. Mitchell so you would get him?
No, it wasn't me. Truth be told, right before I walked in, Connie showed me something, and it kind of set me off, and just the timing and of it, happened to set a little spark with me. We do our own work, and I'm not going to let the outside noise dictate what we do and who we take and who we draft. I have a lot of faith in our scouts and the work they've done, our coaches and the work they've done. Look, not everybody when you're 20, 21, 22 years old is perfectly. I mean, we all done some things in our lives.
Yeah, amen.
And it's the young men that come in this league, they got a lot of pressure already, and it's our job to help them grow up. I mean, it's one of the things that we do take pride in is with our players that we're going to help them develop not only as players, but also off the field to be the best men they can be, best husbands they can be, best in their communities. So that it's deeper than just being the best player you can be. We got a well-rounded program. David Thornton, who I know you know well, is incredible. Sure. I mean, I'd find it hard to believe there's someone better than him. And so anytime that stuff starts coming out, after you've taken a player, it doesn't sit me. It doesn't do any good in my mind.
How do we feel about AD though? We like him, huh? After you chatted with him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're excited. We're excited about AD.
Hey, me too.
We're excited about him.
Was there a chance that, speaking in the wide receiver department, I potentially threw something out into the universe a couple weeks before the draft, and I apologize. You didn't hear it though. Because you say you keep the outside noise out. Mm-hmm. But we all understand the reality of the Indianapolis Colts, okay? We all understand this?
I hear y'all, though, because I listen.
Well, don't. You shouldn't. But you get it. Jim Irsay could have walked into that draft room, right, and said, hey, there's a guy in our Ring of Honor who has a son. Let's go ahead and get him. Now, I'm not saying Jim would do that. Jim loves ball. Jim wants the best for the team and everything like that. But there is a chance Jim Irsay wakes up on draft morning and says, let's do that. I just said that because we're talking about the draft for 2 weeks, for 3 hours. But then it started becoming a thing. Like, hey, maybe the Colts do that. How much movement was there potentially in your eyes, in thoughts, in sights? And how much chatter was there about a Ring of Honor son being available in this particular draft class?
Well, there's no question we thought there was some wideouts in this draft that, especially up there at the top, that we thought were game-changing players. You've got to be able to make a move like that, you got to have a team that wants to move. And, usually when a team wants a quarterback, well, they're not going to take the chance to move down. All right. And then when you got two really unique players that they're looking at, it's hard to get teams to look down. So we explored a lot of possibilities like we do every year. But at the end of the day, we ended up staying put at 15, and and taken Latu, which we're very pleased with.
And then A.D. Mitchell. I mean, it feels like it worked out
Yep.
for every team. Seemingly, we're excited to watch them.
And always say, everybody, it's worked out for everybody right now.
Not everybody. I don't know if you hear what's going on in Atlanta, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Ballard. Thank you, Chris. What a draft. What a draft.